Good morning. It's Friday, November 14th, 2025. My name is Terry Morgan. We are here to practice Wudang Qigong. We have the advanced applications and philosophy this morning. This week, I'm talking about the idea of clearing the mind, quieting the heart, so that the spirit can be tranquil. So, quiet the mind, quiet the heart. When the heart is tranquil, the spirit can be calm. When the heart is calm, the spirit can be tranquil. I had trouble translating that initially, and I still go back and forth between the different terms. The idea is that as we quiet what we have going on inside, the spirit can also become tranquil so that there are no disturbances. When there are no disturbances, we can see clearly. When we can see clearly, all things return to their root. That goal of being able to see clearly and all things being allowed to return to their root gives us a clarity in thought and in our own perception of the world around us that we want. That's part of the goal in practice. It's not something that is contrived, it is something that we learn and something we develop. As we quiet the body, and we're going to go through the process this morning. As we quiet the body and quiet the breath, we begin to circulate the inner breath, we circulate the inner chi, we develop that smooth circulation through the whole body. We develop the smooth circulation through the meridians and channels, and we are able to view what we're doing in a much more holistic fashion. It's part of that quieting process. It's something we can measure with an electroencephalograph. It's something that we develop as we're meditating. So any type of meditation is going to help develop this skill. We're going to practice it in the context of Wudang Qigong. First, big stretch. Wiggle the fingers, wiggle the toes. Hands circle to the front and back around to both sides. Up along the center line. Reach out. Bend the knees. Open the lower back, open the hips. Stretch up. Keep the shoulders down. Reach out through the arms. Open the spine. Fingertips reach up. Elbows drop down, wrists, hands return to your sides. At this litany here at the beginning is relax, bend the knees, wiggle the toes. All of that has much more underneath. So why wiggle the toes? Because it gives your foot placement, gives your foot the ability to move into the correct position. So if I'm wiggling my toes, I have to be on the metatarsal arch and the heel, as well as on the side of my foot. That's where my weight has to be because my toes are up, and I'm going to wiggle my toes. And then when I put them down, they're spread and tightly connected to, in this case, my shoes and the surface that I'm on. That foundation is essential. So is this idea of being quiet. If we're thinking about, well, that's what I got to do later on today, and I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do that. Oh, did you hear this one? And what about this? And this, all of that has to be quiet. In order to practice well, we have to learn how to turn off that noise. In many cases, it's very difficult. It's very difficult. It's not, oh, all of a sudden I can now, just because I thought about it, now I can do it. No. And some things, it's only possible to put aside for a minute. I can't completely disregard this. I can't let go of this. I'm going to have to deal with this. At some point, I'm going to have to deal with this. What do I have to do? Do I have to do it right now? No, I don't. Can I do it right now? Nope. Nope. So, what should I do now? That thought process is foundation for being able to practice at all. If you can't distinguish, I'm going to practice now, this is what I'm going to do in my practice. This is what I want to cultivate in my practice. From, I got to deal with this. That can wait. It's still going to be there 20 minutes, 30 minutes from now. I've talked about this principle a lot in all of my classes, with the idea that in practice, we want to, and I've been beating up on this idea quite a bit, clearly distinguish what we're doing. If I'm concerned with something that I can't do anything about, at least not right now, it doesn't help me practice. I can put that outside the door. It will be waiting for me. I'm practicing now. What do I want to do in my practice? What do I want to cultivate in my practice? I want to develop my skills to an advanced level. I'm curious what that might be. I'm curious about all of the things that I've read and that I've learned, that I've taught, that I've seen. Some things I don't need to do that. Others, how did you do that? That is my goal. I want to learn. And I want to achieve a level that gives me that clarity in what I have learned, that I can do something with it, that it's not just that thing over there that I do, that it's part of who I become as part of my practice, as part of what I'm doing, as that holistic sense of unity in what I spend my time doing. In practice, we want to spend our time with a clear mind, focused on the fundamentals in the physical body and in the internal practice, with push. Left side, right? Return to the center. Right side. Center. Clarity in the movement. What am I doing? Let's push. What goes on underneath? Pong, that sense of extending with buoyancy and force to go outward with a slight, just a slight upward. It's not this, right? It's this. The motion is upward. You would feel it. You don't see it. That distinction, it's there, but it's not there. It needs to be there, but it's not obvious, is part of what we want to cultivate. That quiet, deliberate movement with intent. The mind is clear. The heart is quiet. It's not, let me get this, no, just, there it is. It's quiet. The spirit can be tranquil, and we can see clearly what it is we're doing. Pay attention to your root. Pay attention to the lower Tantien. Pay attention to the mid-back, the Mingmen. Mingmen here, Jiaji here. Pay attention to both. This one especially as we push out. Feet about shoulder width apart. Stand straight. Pull up through the crown of the head. Breathe in. Palms up. Breathe out. Press down. Shift to the right. Turn the left toes. Push. Breathe in. And breathe out. Pay attention to the heel on both feet. Pay attention to the lower Tantien. Open the Mingmen. Sink the hip. Breathe out. Breathe in. Each movement, quiet, deliberate, well placed, well balanced, with good timing. Well centered. No disturbances. No unnecessary tension. No unnecessary movement. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. And breathe out. 2 more. Breathe in. Quiet. Well balanced. Well placed. Each time, pay attention to the lower Tantien and the connection through the root. Last time. Breathe in. Center. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. And breathe in. Breathe out. Hands down along both sides. Pull up through the crown of the head. Raise the heels and lower. Stay there. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. And breathe out. I had a little tension in the back of my neck there. As we're practicing this idea of connecting through and returning to the center. This centering makes all the difference. If we are not well placed through the lower body, we cannot do what we could be able to do, what we should be able to do with the upper body. It's not connected. The upper body has to be connected with the lower body. It does. And there's a long list of connections. The external connections, shoulders with the hips, elbows with the knees, hands with the feet. The head stays well placed and well balanced. The upper body is connected with the lower body, right? The breath is connected with the movement. I'm going to do this in another class, but there is a long list of connections that we want to check off in one way of thinking about it, so that as we practice, we develop those connections. So you say, all right, is the breath connected with movement? Yes, okay, go, move on. We're done. It takes a little bit of effort to develop. That's why breathe in, breathe out, right? The long breath that we need to use through the movement, not breathe in, breathe out. We don't do that. No, no. It's a long breath. Breathe in and breathe out. Yeah, I'm still breathing out. That idea that it's quiet. It's not noisy. It's not explosive. Shaolin, we do explosive things, but this is not what we're doing here, okay? And that concept, I'm distinguishing what we could do, what we should do. We could do that. That's not this art, so we shouldn't do it. We should do this. That distinction matters for every art that anybody practices. It's one of the things that I've been beating on since I started this whole series. Distinguish clearly what you're doing. Understand what you should be doing. Be able to check against what you're doing. So this is what I'm doing. Is it what I should be doing? Do I know what I should be doing? If you're a beginner, maybe not. This is what I'm doing. Even at the beginner level, sometimes you don't really know. Develop the skills, ask the questions, and look for reasonable answers. Don't look for somebody that says, I know everything. I'm the 20 level black belt that is, I'm the multi-striped. I've got 15 belts all wrapped around me and I'm getting out. Okay, no. Don't. Look for reasonable explanations. Look for 2 or 3 people at least that are saying mostly the same thing. Because I will guarantee you that what I'm saying in my classes is very similar to what my teachers all said in their classes, all of them, and to what many of my friends teach in their classes. We teach different things, but there's a lot of similarities in what we do. And all of the years that I spent judging competition, looking at what different forms should be, talking with other people who practice different things, do that. Develop a sense of what should be for yourself. Compare what you're doing with what you should be doing. Then develop your practice based on that. Thank you for being here. I'll be back tomorrow. I'm going to beat up on this topic a little bit more. Being quiet in the mind, quiet in the heart, allows the spirit to be tranquil. When the spirit is tranquil, we can see clearly. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. Bye-bye.